What's up guys, it's Josh from Blackout, and I finally picked up my Porsche GT4. If you haven't checked out the delivery video yet, please do that. I'm gonna do a quick walk around of the car, show you the different options that I got on the car, then we're gonna do another video that shows you what those options cost and show you the build sheet and all that fun stuff. As you can tell, the car is Miami blue. This is a very popular Porsche color. It's a premium color from Porsche on the GT4. So they have a couple like standard colors, and they have a couple more that you can get that are just a little bit more, nothing crazy. And then of course you can do paint to sample, which I kind of wanted to do with lizard green, but the cost is just astronomical and you have to put a lot more down and all that fun stuff. So didn't do that, but I love the Miami blue. I went with black wheels. I think from standard option, they're like silver. I had those powder coated black. The red calipers, I think, were standard. I got the key painted to match, which is exciting. They also give you this nice little leather pouch that I have on the other key. Inside the car, we've got paint matched interior trim. A lot of people will do that in a contrasting color so that it's not like too much. I kind of like it. I think it gives it more of like almost like a classic feel. A lot of the older cars had painted dashboards that match the rest of the car, so that's kind of why I decided to do that. The stitching is a silver color, and that matches the grab handles on the door, which I guess this would normally be the release handle to get out of the car, but they do fabric because you gotta save weight. On the back of the car, we of course have this massive wing, standard on every GT4, and we've got GT4 letters. The Porsche lettering here is usually silver. I got those blacked out as well. Porsche Pittsburgh was kind enough to give me a license plate frame. It's actually pretty nice, but that's probably going to be replaced with the Blackout Tinting license plate frame at some point. And one of my favorite things about this, actually probably my favorite thing about this car, and the reason I was so drawn to this car, of course, is that it is a manual transmission. And not only is it a manual, it only comes in a manual. So the 2016 version of this car, which was the only other year that they made a GT4, came in a manual only. This one is launched as a manual only. There's rumors that it's going to be released as a PDK very soon. I think it's pretty much confirmed at this point. There will be an automatic, but this one's going to be way more fun than the PDK. PDK will be faster though. On the front of the car, we have an optional headlight package. So I don't really know exactly what I got for that yet, if I'm being honest. I know that's LEDs, so I think these like 4-prong LEDs, and last night when I was driving the car, I realized that the lights move when I move, so I don't know if that's part of that optional package, but it's pretty cool. When you're going to the right, you can see better to the right because those lights move to the right. As you can see on the passenger side, the fire extinguisher, that is an option from Porsche, and the rest of the guys are going to make fun of me a lot because there's a running joke. Apparently the Porsches catch on fire a lot, and now they come with a fire extinguisher from factory, so I'm going to get ripped on for that for sure. Another option was the illuminated sill plates. So this plastic panel here that lights up and says GT4. I can't see it much in the daytime, but that was an optional thing we could do. Also, the seats, the leather and Alcantara interior. I don't know what it would have been normally. I can't imagine that for over $100,000 car you get anything other than leather and Alcantara, but maybe they have a vinyl option. I went with that. Now the seats though, you will notice probably I did not get the competition seats. Pretty much every video that I watched, every review that I saw, everybody had the competition seats. In fact, the dealership even said, hey, you should get the competition seats for resale value. Number one, I don't really care about resale value. I bought the car to enjoy it, not so that I can sell it to maintain value later, although it will hold its value well because the GT4s are known for that. But also, I've sat in GT3s and GT3 RSs that have those competition seats, and they're absolutely awful. They're great on a track. They hold you really tight, but if you're going to really drive the car, like I want to drive this, I don't want to say daily, but almost daily, take it on some road trips and things like that, these seats are going to be significantly more comfortable. So these are sort of the base model seats. They're like 3-way or 2-way power seats, nothing crazy. I'm okay with that. I wanted those. I did go with the optional navigation package. I have Porsche Nav. Yesterday when I got in the car, trying to get the nav to work as I was quickly trying to get out of there was a little bit frustrating. I don't have any other Porsches that have nav, at least, so I wasn't real familiar with their platform. The more I've played with it over the last few hours, it has seemed to make a lot more sense now. So for those of you that don't know what a Cayman GT4 is, this is the Porsche Cayman, which is basically the same chassis as the Porsche Boxster that's been around since the 90s, but it's the coupe version, not the convertible. And the GT4 is the top model of that, so it's a more track-focused car, designed specifically to go fast around corners and put down good track times. So we have 2 storage compartments because this is a mid-engine car, unlike the 911 that's a rear engine, it's behind the rear axle. We're gonna have a frunk and a regular trunk. Inside the trunk, it's really deep, a lot deeper than my Lamborghini. You could fit a lot more stuff in here. You can see we have a bunch of trash. That was the leftover material from the Tracwrap, which we'll go over in just a minute to show you what's going on there. Let me show you the rear trunk as well. So the rear trunk is a little bit smaller. It does have this nice cover though, so whatever's back here is invisible from the outside of the car. The engine is actually under here. So like I said, it's a mid-engine car. Service is probably a nightmare on it, but it's got a warranty for 4 years and 50,000 miles, so hopefully won't have to touch that anytime soon. So one thing you've probably noticed is all over this car there is Tracwrap, or some weird looking saran wrap stuff on your camera. What that is a temporary paint protection film. It's not pretty, it's not supposed to be pretty, but it is designed to get the car from the dealership to home, or for a track day if you don't have paint protection film on the car, or maybe you just want to save your real paint protection film. You can see we installed it on the bumper here. This only took about 10 minutes to do. And you can tell across the middle, it definitely caught some bugs. There's one there. And I'm sure it caught more than a fair share of small rocks on the way home. So lots of junk over here. Would have been hitting the paint. We're trying to keep as much stuff as possible off of that paint. So that's a quick tour of the GT4. If you enjoyed it, if you like the car, make sure you comment, let us know what you think. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And make sure you stay tuned for more videos of this thing coming soon.